Hi there, you are going to join me on a couple trips to two different Goodwills. We're going to start off at my favorite Goodwill. There was this box on the end cap. It looked like it was a lacquer box, maybe a glove box at one time. Had a lot of wear to it. I liked the image on the top of it, but because it had so much wear to it, I did leave that there. In this little plastic bag was a little baby doll. And then on top here, an employee had just added to these barns. So I was teasing that she's adding to the conglomerate of barns, and we both laughed over that. There was a small pig collection. There was a flying pig that was watering plants, but they were resin and not very too exciting to me. And then this frog was super cute, but I was afraid that it was from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes the Dollar Tree figurines, they trick me because they are nicely done for Dollar Tree items. Both of these I assumed were West Elm, so I left those on the end. And now we're making our way down one of the aisles. I used to have a certain way of order of going because it used to be color coordinated. Now it's just everything. But I still kind of go in the same direction. I start left to right and then go back to the first aisle. I wasn't in the market for any pots or pans, but seeing if anything was snuck in there that didn't belong in this area. Here was a microwave chip maker. And over in another section, there was this elephant. It was off of the top shelf, so I didn't film the top shelf because it's easier to grab people's faces, and I try to keep people's faces out of my videos to give them privacy. Even though we are in a public place, I wouldn't want to be filmed if I was just out shopping. This was cute, a little decoupage jar of all these different kinds of birds. So those were both on the top shelf. That's why you didn't see me get them. And then over here, there was another little baggie, and it looked like it was a dollhouse table and chairs. There was a whole bunch of baggies there today, and in this baggie was a tiny little a tiny little baby doll, and it was marked from 1950. And on the back of it, it is marked Irwin, made in the USA. It is a movable Cupid doll, and there is some old remnants on her shoulder and the right side of her face, probably from clothing that she was wearing. And then I found another bag with zebras in it. And just looking to see, because you never know, they might put some treasures in there. I decided to take the baby doll, and then I found a wall pocket. I love wall pockets. This one's really neat because you can hang it on the wall or you can set it. It does have some crazing. Of course, that's with age, you're going to get crazing. I like the size of it. The baby doll was the same size as the wall pocket. I don't have a cart with me, and so now I'm going to have to be juggling my bag of tissue paper from the Dollar Tree and my treasures that I'm finding. But I make it work. These two guys, they look like they've had enough of the game. And then next to it was that lion figurine. So I brought the lion figurine down, and they had taped it to another hobbyist piece. Now the lion definitely had that vintage 1970s look to it, but there was just something off. I think maybe the paint, the wear of the paint, I can excuse some wear on paint, but there was just something that wasn't speaking to me, and that is still actually at the store. Here was a little metal bust of Lincoln, and a figurine of, it looked like a metal pickle that was graduating, maybe a professor of some sort. I always feel better when I leave things behind and they're there days after. When I return back to the Goodwill, I think, okay, that was a good choice by me not to buy that because nobody else bought it either. I like to pick up vintage switch plates, and underneath the switch plate was this really cute natural stone turtle, and I sold this at my most recent Whatnot sale. It was one of the first items that I sold. So it is already at its new home. I have another Whatnot sale coming up this Sunday, April 30th, and I'm part of the Crazy Lamp Lady train. I am in the last time area there at 5:30. You see me there. Jocelyn is going to start it at 2 o'clock, and then I believe she's going to have her regular show after me, so we will be rating her show. I hope you can stop by and say hello to all the people that are participating, and of course, I hope you come see me at my show at 5:30. This was a cute little swan, probably powder puff dish, not powder puff dish. Yeah, for on your dresser. I did think about getting this one. I'm doing a terrible job of showing you that top shelf. I apologize. These nesting bowls, I thought were unusual, the shape of them. I liked how they kind of fit in. They look like birds. The mark on my arm, I'm sure you noticed that's from the bag from the Dollar Tree, so don't worry. No one hit me. There's no violence on this Goodwill trip. No one broke anything. I love artichokes, and that's what drew my attention to these bowl, like shallow plates or shallow bowls, I guess. This was a nice set of vintage looking mixing bowls. And then whenever I see anything with San Francisco on it, I always kind of marvel at it that it made all its way to Pennsylvania from the West Coast. I grew up in the San Francisco East Bay, so I'm kind of partial to anything that says San Francisco on it. A mom and her son were looking at these plates, and I heard them say, oh, it's Pyrex. And then I overheard them looking it up, and she's like, no, I can't find anything. This turns out this is an unusual pattern. It's called bronze, and I will talk more about it later because now I have found this really cool piece. It's a hanging wall plaque, but I think it is enamel on copper. That's what it reminds me of, those enamel on copper bowls that you see. I think that just has a really cool mid-century modern look to it. The $10 hooks are still there, and so are the geese. But getting back to that Pyrex plate, what I did is when they left it on the shelf and I Google Lensed the image of the pattern, and the pattern came right up, and it's a hard to find pattern. We're at another store. This reminded me of the baleen baskets that you find in Alaska. This is not a baleen basket. Baleen is made from the whale's baleen in the mouth, so they're usually black. And so I thought that maybe it was it, but it wasn't. This is the Goodwill that is on Royerstown Road. We have 3 Goodwills in the Lancaster area, and I like to hit up this one at least once a week. I saw this dancer on the top shelf. That little cherub had been decapitated, but fixed again. It was only $3.99, and it was made out of some sort of resin. I thought it was pretty neat, very artistic looking. And then giving you a look at the shelves. This looked like Sharon Schnitt, which is that paper cutting art. And then when I turned it around, sure enough, it said original Sharon Schnitt. That is, or Sharon Schnitta. It is a Pennsylvania Dutch. It's popular in this area, probably in other parts of the world, but you see it a lot around here, especially if you go to Landis Valley Museum. They have a little class, sometimes if you take a class with your children. This was a Waterford crystal frame, and when I first started reselling, when I was out visiting my mom in Oregon, I found a huge Waterford crystals, like 8x10 photo frame, and I brought it home, and I put it in my carry-on luggage, and we went through the security. Oh, and then I found another figurine. Look, there were 2 of them. I went through security, and they're like, what do you have in your bag? I said, it's a lead crystal frame. It's okay. So I had to get it out and show it to them. I still have that frame. This I thought was cute, a little bobblehead cat, but the cat's head didn't really bobble. It just kind of sat there on the shelf. It had a lot of the holiday cheer, it looked like. This was a cute little pot with a puppy dog inside it. I was trying to read the name on it. And then down here, I thought that this might be Avon. It looked like to me it was Avon, a little cracker dish or cheese dish. Thought it was cute with the little kitty cats peeking out on either end. I would have guessed that that was Avon. And then here was a little faux orchid. And then in this Goodwill, they're really good at bundling things. And there was a box of glasses. Jenny wasn't with me, so I was freely looking at the coffee mugs. She always jokes with me, you don't have enough coffee mugs. But you never know. There might be something really spectacular in the coffee mugs. I don't know what I would look for. Oh, I know that the one mug, it's like Poison Club or something club. I know it if I see it. I know that there is a popular mug out there that's worth thousands. This is a cute little, before I picked it up, I thought this looks like it's Italian. And sure enough, it is marked Italy. It does have a little chip to the corner of its ear right there, but I thought it was forgivable. I like how the pig kind of looks worried, a little bit worried there. And then I thought this was neat that it was 2-sided. little metal star. And then they have also their baggies of things. This was a New England Patriots. They were magnets. On a top shelf was this mug that I thought was an unusual shape. Not really a ewer shaped, but kind of with it narrow on the top there. And then on the bottom, look at this thing. That is a giant mixing bowl. And the next aisle I decided to go down was the silver and black area. They had a whole bunch of this silver mark made stuff. So I was seeing if it was Wendell August Forge. It wasn't. They were reasonably priced though. It seemed like it was like a small collection of it. That's what it seemed like to me. And on the more top shelf, here is what it looked like. And here's the other side for you. Then I noticed that there was this wrapping paper with the peanuts, with the Snoopy and Linus. And I thought, is this someone's, what is going on here? That it's just on the shelf. Is this someone's trash? Here was some nutcrackers. One had lost its arm. They were all marked made in China, so they weren't anything too spectacular. There were some Corel plates. And then I thought, ooh, what's this? And then I realized it was plastic. And then this was a hobbyist piece that maybe Vicky or Mickey, oh, Mickey made that. And I thought that was cute. It was a more contemporary piece. I'm trying to give you more of a look at the shelves because the store wasn't that busy. That paper kind of still confused me. I was like, what's going on here? But it drew my attention to this vase. I thought it was very, very pretty. And I did Google Lens this vase. It was $10. But I'm going to find something wrong with it later. Spoiler alert. And then I thought, well, isn't this to hold your pipes? And in the middle goes the humidor. And that's the name on it. But they had put wine glasses on it. And I don't think that is for wine glasses. You let me know. I think it's for pipes and your humidor in the middle. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I first thought. So you let me know. Do you think it's for glasses or pipes? And here's another look at the shelves. They had this giant bike rack for sale. It was, if I remember correctly, it wasn't that bad of a price. And here was some corn, a corn candle. And then I found more of the paper. The mystery continued. And then I realized someone probably donated their stuff and had wrapped the paper around to protect it. And then Goodwill just kept it to protect it on the shelf, I guess. Here were some ends of someone's knitting or crochet projects. And then look, yeah, there's a giant crack. I was glad I found it though, because I was going to buy this, but not with a giant crack. So I put it back and now I just have the little piggy. Then I found this little wooden box. It had a nice pyrography design to it. I wanted to open it up and see what was inside, and that's what it looks like inside. It had kind of a Dutch look to it with the windmill. And, oh, they had that over in the toy section, which kind of surprised me. And then on the other side of the toy section, they had this little trinket box. I thought it was pretty. I peeled back the sticker to see if it was anybody crazy famous. I didn't feel it was. Sometimes I pick up those plaques, but I felt that was more focused on grandmas, so I left it there. And then I looked up and I saw these two little green bud vases, and I thought, well, these are adorable. It had this extra price tag on it, but I felt it was the wrong price tag because both of these were marked $1.99, and that extra price tag was marked $6.99, and sure enough, I was right. And then I was checking out some more on this little end cap to see if there was anything else exciting. On another area, I found this sewing basket, but it had a lot of damage to the inside. And then here was a really nice brand new birdhouse. But that's a deal. I think it was only $4.99. I moved it to see if there was anything hidden behind it, but I didn't really see anything. And then I also found this little kind of bell-looking bottle coin bank thing. And that wraps up our trip to the Goodwill. Here are the vases, all nice and clean. I thought they were very pretty. And here's everything else that I picked up on this trip to Goodwill. Jimmy, Jenny, and the puppies and I are headed to Arkansas. We will be in the Little Rock area, kind of the northern part of Little Rock, in small towns up there. So if you know of any really cool thrifting or antique stores that we should check out, or any places of interest, please drop it below in the comments. We would sure love to hear your suggestions of what to look for in the great state of Arkansas. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you on Whatnot this Sunday at 5:30 on the Crazy Lamp Lady raid train. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see ya.